by Law. It's been a hot minute, but we're back.
We are back.
Obviously, we're now on Sundays, which is the first episode since we moved to Sundays because of last week and everything like that. So, welcome to it's ending your weekend with this show now, which is a nice space out for all of my shows. But not only that, it gives us a little bit of extra time to record and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't know. This kind of theme of this show fits better on a weekend. I feel it's a little bit more free. I feel than what were we on Thursdays? I think I don't know. It feels like forever since we've actually sat down to record together. So, how's things?
Crazy. The world is spiraling out of control, and I'm just living in it.
Ryan just woke up from a nap. If you can't tell by his voice at the moment, he's kind of like a little husky. But the world is spiraling. It's just there's a lot going on at once. No really other way to put it. But something that happened this week, we were originally going to do, by the way, an idea that I will table for later of describing movies in one sentence. However, obviously at the start of this week when I announced what was going on the network this week, the PlayStation 5 reveal thing got tabled, and then it hadn't had an announced date for when it was going to, the PlayStation 5 was going to be revealed, and then as the week progressed, obviously ended up happening a couple of days ago. So we're going to talk about the PlayStation 5 and kind of break that down, because a few episodes ago we did a show about what we thought about the PlayStation 5 and the hype behind it, and now we actually know what it looks like, what it is, everything like that. We both want to talk about that. We've read a lot of stuff about the PlayStation 5 in the last 48 hours or 24 hours, however long it's been, Ryan. But it seems to be the more sensible thing to do this week, because it's relevant, it's on our minds, and honestly, we just want to talk about the PlayStation 5. Yeah, nah?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So, let's not wait. We don't know how long this is going to go. Like with every episode of Brothers by Law, this could go 15 minutes. This could go an hour. We really don't know. But there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the PlayStation 5. So we'll talk about some of the games that have been announced a little bit later. But it's got an interesting design. There's lots of memes going around about this design. But what memes aside, what is your initial reaction when you first seen a picture or a video of the PlayStation 5?
It was definitely, I wasn't expecting it to look like that. It's definitely a huge well, it's not huge. It was like it's a different design to what they've always gone for. Like they always go for you're just your normal, I guess, looking consoles. This one's definitely this one's standing out from the rest. And then I actually do like it in a weird way, as kind of weird and like an internet modem or / router.
Yeah, it looks like a Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, that is looking like it. I do like it.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, and I even seen online somebody who kind of changed the color and turned the white parts into black, and I'd even like a black design as well.
Oh, they'll come out with a black design surely,
won't
they? And they'll call it Slimline. Because that's usually what. But initially I was like, it looks cool. It kind of looks like a weird PC. Like it looks, and I don't know how I feel about. I know they confirm you can lay it down horizontally, but I kind of like the fact that it's like it looks cool-ish in a weird way vertically. I don't know. I don't dislike it. That's where I kind of stand with it. I don't think I love it, but I didn't love the PlayStation 4 design when it first came out, and then I slowly was like, okay, I like it, but it definitely doesn't look like a game console.
It's kind of like they've almost taken the idea of the old, like the big PS2s that you could get. You could also stand them up. They had that design for that.
That's true. The original PS2s, not the slim ones.
Yeah, no.
You could stand up a PlayStation 3, couldn't you?
Not.
I can't remember.
No.
You couldn't?
No, you couldn't.
Not the original ones? I thought you could.
Maybe you could have.
I don't know. Regardless, not that it makes that much of a difference, but I don't know, there was something about it that I was like, it looks cool. I like the blue lights and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Especially like the Xbox Series X or whatever the hell it's called, that thing's like a brick. So
that was their sole design for that, is they wanted to put more fans in it to, give it that, I guess, that cooling system that the
yeah, that's
PlayStation
true.
or that PlayStation wouldn't go for.
I mean,
So
this has all of the specs in that to overheat, to be completely honest. When I read it, I was like, oh my God, this thing's going to be a part of NASA because it's going to take off to space. But,
yeah,
I mean, that's something that they obviously will... That's a key... Well, maybe not a key... Well, it would be a key concern of it overheating. Because the specs are pretty intense. But I like the DualShock. I like the design of it. It's very memeable, which is what I love the most, is that there's memes everywhere. But initially I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. That's how I kind of thought about it.
yeah. What I take from it is, because I like to play Xbox and I like to play PlayStation as well, and I think I've said before that I enjoy the feel of an Xbox controller, just the way it's, I guess, kind of thicker.
Mm.
And this design, I guess, is kind of taken from that as well. And yeah, I think this is going to be the PlayStation controller I've always wanted. Just like kind of
does.
a thick feel.
Yeah, I think PlayStation controls, if I had to criticize them at all, they kind of feel like toys.
Yeah.
They're very flimsy and they're very like, if you throw it, it'll break kind of deal. When Xbox controls are a little sturdier, a little more heavy duty, I guess. The controller itself, though, I was looking at what it can do. It has like 3D audio, it has speakers in it, it has a USB-C port, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's got it all.
And it does look... It's... One thing that I can't stand about PlayStation 4 controllers is the freaking triggers. The triggers on it are so bad. They feel like they're going to break every time you touch them. And I think they said something about triggers in the controls itself, so hopefully they fix them a little bit. I think they're adaptive or some buzzword like that makes us go, ooh, what is that? Like, that sounds cool, even though we don't know what it means. But yeah, initially I was like, this looks cool. I like the design. I like it being white. I'm sure they'll come out with all different kinds of versions of this thing. It'll be black, it'll be red, it'll be pink, it'll be everything. So, initially I was pretty impressed. I think that's where we both kind of stand on that. Then we started to learn about the actual specs of the thing. Not surprisingly, to be completely honest, I think this is where consoles are going eventually, but a digital-only version. How do you feel about digital only as opposed to disc? Because I feel like there's something about owning the physical copy of a game. Maybe that's just showing us growing up in that era of like discs. But how do you feel about a digital only version? And is it something you're interested in?
I mean, I think it's just a cash grab.
Oh yeah, will it be cheaper?
I'd assume so, because you don't get that disc tray in it. So just to have a digital only, but at the same time, I am a little bit old fashioned in a way. Like, if I can get a game,
old fashioned, we're so old, aren't we?
I mean, I just like to collect games. I like to collect discs, before the digital age.
Having the case of it, and like the resell value of it. If you ever didn't like that game, you can resell it. When a digital copy, it's yours, and that's it. Usually, it's slightly cheaper, I feel, to buy the physical copy than it is, to buy it digitally for the most part. That's not to say though that I hate digital copies of games, because I have plenty of copies, plenty of games that are digital only, or like I've bought them digitally. I have no problem with it, but I don't know. There's certain games that I'm like, I want the disc.
Yeah, you just want to have it sat there on your shelf, displayed with all your others.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I think that's where the future of gaming is going, is that everything will just be digital.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely heading in that direction. But yeah, I guess I do see why they've kind of come out with this, because maybe some people don't. I mean,
they don't care for it. So a lot of people wouldn't care for it.
Yeah.
But I could see if it's cheaper and it's like something that you're like, okay, I want a PlayStation 5. I don't really want to spend $700-800 on this thing. If it's a less, $100 less or something like that, you might go, okay, maybe I'll get that. Because at the end of the day, it does the same thing. It just doesn't have a disc tray, really.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know
think it's going to be pricey, this thing.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, it's it's a whole new generation, obviously. But even just speaking in the terms of like the engine that they're going to be using to create games and how much like how much bigger the cost that it's going to be to create games that they're going to have to up prices on everything. I
Mm-hmm.
reckon.
Mm-hmm. I think games will be more expensive. I think
Yeah.
the console itself will be more expensive. Let's talk about some of the games that were announced at the thing. I watched I didn't watch the whole event. I'm not that into it.
Yeah.
I'm more so like I want it like the 20-minute version that you can watch on YouTube of
Yeah,
people just
like the
cutting it
cut
up.
down.
That's
Yeah.
what I did. You know what I'm gonna say. The two games I'm gonna talk about the most. The first one is we have to focus on the fact that Rockstar were like, "Yep, here's some Grand Theft Auto 5."
Yep.
This game is like packing a punch. It's 7-8 years later since its initial release, and it's spanning over 3 generations of consoles. And it's like, what the fuck is up? You're not getting GTA 6 for fucking ages because here you go. Here's GTA 5 on another generation of
All
console.
new graphics.
And guess what? I will fucking buy it.
Oh, of course. GTA 5 is such a juggernaut in the gaming industry that I never thought it'd go this long, even with GTA
Oh,
Online.
no way. No, I didn't
No,
either.
but it's still grossing so much money every year
Mm-hmm.
that it didn't surprise me that they're going to port it over to the PS5.
No.
But in saying that, I am looking forward to the graphic upgrade in it.
Yeah, but I think that'll be it. I don't think there'll be.
That's all it'll be.
It says enhanced and expanded, but expanded to me means GTA Online. That's
Yeah.
all that means, and
Yeah,
enhanced
that's
just
what
means
that'll
it
be.
looks slightly better.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm still gonna buy it. GTA 5 is fantastic, but I can't really tell you a game that is spanned over. There's no game, at its core that is exactly the same from 2013 to 2021 at this point, when it actually releases. That is going over 3 generations of consoles. I couldn't tell you a game that's ever done that.
No.
But I mean, that's kudos to them. I mean, a lot of people were annoyed because everyone was like, "It's GTA 6 here it comes." Me included. I'm like, GTA 6 is coming. But that just goes to show me that GTA 6 is still years and years away from being released. Like
Well,
years and years.
I think they just want to, they want to make this game perfect because,
And they want to make money.
well,
off
GTA
of-
6, GTA 6 has got a following number 5, and as we're saying right now, like GTA 5 is massive.
Mhm.
So for something to follow what the success of number 5 has come from, there, of course, they'd want to take time and make sure it's going to be something that people will appreciate than to rush and push something out, and everybody just be disappointed. Like, well, we're just going to go back to number 5 then.
Yeah, I will. I'll be buying that release day.
Yeah.
Granted, if I have a PS5 by then, but I think I will. The good thing about a PS5 is that it comes out around Christmas, and you can just be all your Christmas money and all of that you get from your stuff. Just give it all to one. I just want to have a PS5, so that's what I'll be doing probably with my Christmas gifts this year. Is like, don't give me anything, anybody. I just want money so I can buy a fucking PlayStation. But I'll be getting it fairly close to release. I can tell you that. I already know that. I know you will as well.
Oh yeah, I will.
Another game that I seen was the game where you can play as a motherfucking cat. Holy fuck.
I've seen
It's called
that
Stray,
yesterday.
everyone. Oh my god. You get to play as a cat and it has a backpack on. And
you
I don't
solve
even care what you got
mysteries.
to do. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to play it because cats are
Yeah.
the greatest thing to happen ever. So I seen that and I was like, look at this motherfucking cat. I'm so into it. I'm getting that.
Yeah. What a I could never think up of a game like that. But
No. Who
yeah,
thought of that? That's just like, you know what's going to be
yeah.
a great game? I'm going to solve mysteries, but you're going to play as a cat.
And
Take my money.
it's I think what I read, it's in a futuristic
Yeah, it looks
style
very.
setting.
I watched the trailer for it today. Obviously they didn't show heaps in it.
No.
But like, oh god, there's my cat. I don't know if you just heard that on the microphone.
I did.
Holy, oh my god.
What
Hey
was that?
kitty, she's jealous. Anyway, yeah, you can. It's like it looks fairly futuristic, and all it showed is this cat just jumping around, and it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit, it's wearing a backpack. That's so great. But I'm into that. I'm very much into that. There is another game that I've seen. I can't think of the title of it, but it's a Square Enix game. It's like everyone thinks it's going to be some kind of form of spin-off of Final Fantasy. I don't think it is, but it's you play some woman, and it looks very Final Fantasy-y, which isn't my wheelhouse, but I know that you're into games like that. I think it's called like Project something. It's a working title, obviously. Project. What is it called? I can't remember. I should look it up, but I can't be
Athea?
bothered. Yeah, something like that. That
Yeah,
sounds about right.
I'm looking at a list here. It says Project Athea. It's a working title.
Yeah, it's a working title. That didn't have a release date, but it looked cool. The graphics. I thought it was Tomb Raider at the very beginning. I was like, oh my god. But then it was it was not Tomb Raider. It's on that kind of level of Final Fantasy looking. I'm not saying it's anything like Final Fantasy. It just looks like that.
You can see it, or they've probably just taken like inspiration from it.
But it looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
I seen that. I don't know if you've seen much about that. Then
no,
there was a game where you're a woman in space. I seen that, and I was like, that. The graphics alone, I was like, that looked really cool. Even in the trailer. Obviously, these are not the final developments of these games, but because a lot of them aren't coming until next year. There's only a few. Of course, there's a friggin' racing game that always launches at the start of any kind of console. There's always a racing game.
Do you mean Gran Turismo 7?
Yes, that.
Gran Turismo 7 is one of PlayStation's exclusive titles from since the beginning.
What Xbox have a version, don't they?
Of a racing Forza.
Game? Forza, that's right. Yeah, there we go.
Forza is, I think it's how it's actually pronounced.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Forza.
Okay. But that's like that's like they always have them games to start off with. There's another racing game that looks very cartoony. I've seen that. Ratchet and Clank is obviously a thing.
I am excited for Ratchet and Clank. I've
never played a Ratchet and Clank game ever. That's a lie. I've played little bits and pieces, but I've never played through. They never really grabbed my attention.
I mean, I guess they are good. My favorite has always been number 3.
I think that's the one that was on PlayStation
2.
Oh, man, I played one on PlayStation 3.
They did remaster it, I think.
Maybe that's what I played. And I just didn't, I don't know, something didn't appeal to me. But not to say that they're bad. It looked cool. Like, the graphics were intense on that. And they're in some kind of, like, weird world. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, for me, it's just a game that I've enjoyed. They're just a nice, relaxing adventure, like, shoot 'em up, I guess, type style game that I don't really have to put much, like, intense focus into.
I love games like that.
Yeah, I can just sit back and just play, and it has some humor in it where you chuckle at something that they'll say, but it's not really that funny. It's that's the kind of game that Ratchet and Clank is for me.
Yeah, I seen that. Then there was another game that's a spin-off of Little Big Planet, which is called Sackboy.
Sackboy, a big adventure.
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. However, I know that's a game that people love. People love it. It's that platformer style of game, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's not. But I just laughed at the title. I was like, ha ha ha. Sackboy.
They got the Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yeah, so there's so many conflicting reports on that thing. It was originally, I was like, is this a standalone game? Is this just DLC? But I think Sony confirmed that it was DLC for Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man will be ported over from PS4 to PS5.
Yeah.
However, then the Spider-Man people that make the Spider-Man game said that it's like, you know how Uncharted has like different kinds of like weird like little spin-off games?
Yeah.
It's like that. So it's an actual full game. Apparently, this is what I'm just reading. There's so many conflicting reports, so I could be wrong. It's a full game, but it's not... Like, it's a full-length game, but it's not, like, as loaded as something as Spider-Man. I admittedly never finished Spider-Man. I never finished it.
Actually, I enjoyed it, but
I found it so... I found it so hard. I got really... Like, I found that game so difficult. I liked it. And I've watched playthroughs of it, but that's one of those games that I would prefer to watch someone else play than me play myself.
That's fair.
My brain just doesn't operate in the way that game is wired. I don't know why. The Last of Us is the same. We're a few days out from The Last of Us 2 coming out, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot about that one.
I've never personally played The Last of Us, but I've watched people play it, and I think it's incredible. But they're one of those games. Game. I have it on my PS4 and I've never played it. But I've watched people play. I've watched the whole thing from start to finish and I thought it was fantastic. But it's just one of those games that I'm like, oh, I know that I'll just end up. It'll be one of those games. You know those games where you just run around. And you're like, where the fuck do I have to go?
Yeah,
Because
you
I'm
get
so
lost
lost.
easy.
I'm one of those people. I do it in a lot of games. And I get frustrated and it takes away the experience for me. So I'd rather watch someone else play it. Even if I was sitting down in my own house, I'd be like, please, I'll watch you play this and I'll have the greatest time. But just, I cannot. So Last of Us 2, I will not buy. I will watch someone play it on the internet.
That's fair.
Because I just prefer it that. I still enjoy it as much as someone who's playing it. I'll grab a snack, I get to watch it and enjoy the story. Because that game is like a damn movie. So
Yeah,
I'm happy to watch
great
that.
story.
Last of Us 2, they didn't announce anything about that, but that would surely be ported over from PS4 to PS5. You would think, wouldn't you?
I'd say, I reckon they might do a bundle, like Last of Us 1 and 2, like
like
in one
okay.
over,
Right,
type
right.
thing.
Right. That would
They'll give
actually
it,
make sense.
yeah, give it a little bit of time. They'll just release both of them at the same time, both
Yeah.
digital and hard copy.
That's actually that's a good thought. But it's weird to me that the PlayStation. So overall, the PlayStation 5, it looks promising. I'm not like I love games, but I'm not someone that buys everything. I buy what I buy, and I don't buy that many games a year. I really don't. But I kind of keep a tab. But for the most part, there's a lot of games that looked promising. I was like, oh, these look cool. I can't say they don't look cool. But other than Spider-Man and that cat game and GTA 5, there was really nothing that I was like, oh my god, this grabbed my attention fully, and I'm like, oh my god, I have to get it because of this game. There wasn't too many of those. I know NBA got announced. I'm not a big basketball guy.
No.
But is there anything from the list of games that you're like, oh, I have to get this and I have to play it, other than previously mentioned?
Yeah, there is. It's the Horizon Forbidden West, which is, I guess, Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Is that game like an adventure game?
It is. It's one of them games for you that you would have to watch because you'd get lost easy or you'd find it too hard.
Right.
By everything you've told me. But in saying that, it's a beautiful game. The scenery around, it's like open world. The scenery around you in different places that you explore. Yeah,
I've definitely heard of it.
It's just such a fun game to play, challenging at times when it needs to be. It's got, the crafting system in it. You kind of have to, craft your own equipment and your ammo and everything. So you really got to keep tabs on that. And yeah, it's got such a deep storyline into it, and you kind of discover, because this is after, I guess, our time, like when there was cities and everything. This is like a post-apocalyptic time, and you kind of discover what happened to the Earth and why there's now robots pretty much running the place. And yeah,
I'd get lost so bad.
Yeah, huge adventure game.
Oh my god, I could just imagine running around and being like, where's the next mission? I get lost in Grand Theft Auto. I get lost.
Yeah,
but you've seen me play games before. I'm kind of a nightmare. Like I'm unless I know the game, like I don't play that many kinds of video games. I love them, but I don't I get lost in Mario. I don't know where I'm going. So that kind of game would not
I think I've seen, I remember watching you play GTA one time, and all you had to do was drive from A to B.
Oh,
and somehow you ended up with 4-star wanting on you.
Oh, yeah, that's just
you didn't have to do anything but drive. And
I get lost. Because I get sidetracked so easy. My mind just... GTA is like a different kind of... That's an ever-evolving world. I mean, it's spanning 3 generations of fucking consoles, so it better be good. But I do get lost really easy. So that kind of game... I would watch someone play that game, but I certainly wouldn't play it myself for the most part.
Yeah.
But I don't think... Was there anything else that you were going to say other than that game?
Well, I never really got... I was actually needing to do some research on all the games that were coming out, but I can't think of any that are coming out just yet.
But obviously over the next... Well, they said holiday 2020 when this thing is coming out. Is Xbox coming out holiday 2020 as well?
I reckon it
announced that?
will.
Or they haven't had like a big reveal event, have they? Or they have, haven't they? I don't
With
know.
they usually it with the reveal well when they reveal the console, it usually comes out, I guess, a short time being it could be like 5 months, but it comes a short time after the big reveal because then they
Right.
start to like release the price and then other stuff that comes with it, and then the release date, which is not that long after the reveal because obviously the reveal means that it's done.
Yeah. Price wise, what do you reckon we're looking to pay for one of these things?
I want to say I can't see it being any more than $600.
I couldn't. That's AUD, by the way, everybody. So
Yes.
it'll probably be a little bit less if you're listening in the States, or it'll be varied wherever you are in the world. But 600 AUD seems pretty likely. And
And
maybe the
maybe
digital
be
being.
$100 less, $50 less even.
Yeah, I would probably go 500, 550. I
Yeah.
couldn't see this thing being any more expensive. I also couldn't see it being too much under that, though. Um, they're getting I think the PS4 when it first came out was about $499, wasn't it?
Mm.
Um, so this will probably
Yeah.
be $599 to be completely honest. But could it be more? Maybe. I wouldn't personally pay too much more for one. I don't think.
Uh,
I would wait until it dropped a little bit. 6 months later. That's how I would
yeah.
I would do it. But $600 seems about right.
Well, I'm kind of stuck on the. I've been stuck on the thought process of, do I buy it when it first comes out, or do I wait for them to come out with that pro version of it, like they always do?
But
Which
that's
come out
like
with like,
always like that's a year later. You're not gonna wait a
yeah,
whole year. I'll get that game. I'll get that console. Maybe I won't get it at launch because GTA doesn't come out on it until a little bit later. Can I
yeah,
play my? Then there's the thing of like, can I play my PS4 games on it? Because if I can play my PS4 games on it, then there's no reason for me to wait because I can just
yeah,
play my PS4 games on it. So I'm like, okay, well, I may as well get it now because there's no reason to have my PS4.
yeah. That
But then if
was
it can't, then I wait until something like GTA or that cat game comes out because I'm getting that. So oh my god, Ryan, I'm gonna be a shitstorm playing that game. I'll get so lost. I'm not even a human being. I'm a cat. So
yeah.
oh
I
man, that's
mean,
gonna be a nightmare. But I'll still get it.
yeah. Well, by the list of games that they've got lined up for the console, it's you won't you won't be sat there with nothing to do. And I
No.
mean, I guess if they I don't know if they've really sat on like the confirmation whether you can play PS4 games on the PS5,
Sure. I don't know.
but it would have to because I don't see why you couldn't. It's only the graphics are only like a small step down from what the PS5 can hold, and I mean they can anyway because it's a PS5. It's better performance than the PS4.
Who knows? I would like to be able to play not only my disc games but my digital games and re-download
Yeah,
them to my PS5 because then I can play them all. And I just want everything on one console so I don't have to have so many consoles sitting on my stand. Like I could just
yeah,
have everything on there and just switch between as I need. So I hope so. But it's not going to be make-up. It's not like I'm not going to buy a PS5 just because it can't play PS4 games. That's ridiculous. But it's the thing of like, it won't be so much this year when the thing comes out. It'll be another year's time when games really start to be released that I'll be like, okay, I love this thing.
yeah,
I got a PS4 only a couple months after it came out. And I didn't really play that many things on it because I'm like, I have nothing to play until my games start coming out. But I remember getting that and still having my 360 at that stage being my primary kind of console. So I guess that's what will happen for me when I get a PS5 is I'll get it, I'll play it, but I'll also still use my PS4 to play all my PS4 games that I love. So
yeah.
who
Which you got
knows?
plenty anyway.
I got plenty of them, so have you. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for it though. It's always like exciting when there's a new generation of consoles coming out. You're like, okay, here we go. I'm ready for that. Hopefully they have a heap of digital PS4 games. Even you know how they have like PS2 and I think PS2 games you can buy on the PS4. Hopefully they do that and you can buy different kinds of games for the PS5 and download them at least.
Yeah.
Storage-wise, this thing is like 1.25 terabytes, I think. And then there's an 800 gig version, I'm pretty certain, which I would assume you're going to use fairly fast on a PS5. I think we're still going to have to use external hard drives. Well, did they confirm you can use them?
That actually, I don't know. I never really thought to look that up. I mean, I'd assume so. They would have
I'd assume that, PS4s do, so I'd assume that PS5s will. But you never know with that kind of stuff. But I think we're going to be using a lot of external hard drives.
Oh, yeah. Well, with how big games are just on the PS4, I'm kind of scared to see how big they are on the PS5.
It's going to be a nightmare. So I'm excited overall. I really am. There wasn't too many negative things that I took away from them. I'm like, okay, they've got a good line. For the most part, a good bunch of games. It looks cool. It looks different. It feels like it looks and feels like it's the next generation. It doesn't just feel like PS4.2. Like it actually feels like an upgrade. And I guess it will be all different when we actually start seeing actual gameplay of, games and more titles get announced over the next months. So I'm excited for it. So it's exciting to be in this time frame, I guess. Especially because 2020 has been a shitstorm.
And it's not getting better. Like, pick up your shit.
It's just getting worse and worse and worse. So, I guess that'll kind of do us for this episode. Again, I'll find another week to put that other idea into play, and I'm sure we'll do it. But PS5 felt right.
Well, I mean, you snuck up on me with the idea as well, so it was a surprise for me as it was for everybody listening today about our change in topic.
It just felt necessary.
Yeah.
So I hope you're enjoying your weekend, or have enjoyed your weekend now that you listen to this on a Sunday. And yeah, that'll kind of do us for this week. Any final thoughts?
I'm excited for the PS5 more now than I was before this podcast.
And I'm excited for that damn cat game and GTA 5. To be completely honest.
Yeah.
It'd be like, look at new game. It's GTA 5 with 5 new features in it.
Yeah, and Minecraft when they port that over too. And Fortnite when they port that over too.
Oh, they'll port over everything like that.
Yeah, everything will go over.
Oh, well. And I'll still fucking pay money for a lot of these things.
Yeah, we will.
I'm certainly going to pay $100 to get GTA 5. That's for certain.
Yeah, if I have to sacrifice 2 nights of meals, then I will.
I will too.
I can keep myself busy.
Oh my god, GTA Online will be like, well, not that it's definitely not dead at all. GTA Online is like something that people do every single day, I'm pretty certain. So, but imagine the new, I'm excited. That'll do us though. I hope you enjoyed us. Of course, continue to rate this podcast 5 stars on iTunes, as well as like, share, subscribe on YouTube, wherever you're kind of listening. All of that good stuff. Make sure to follow us on Twitter. I've got all the links in the description below. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.